It's fair to say that bakkies are like a religion in South Africa, and for Isuzu they've always had their fair share of followers. They've brought us to Namibia not because there's an all new Isuzu, but subtle changes have been made to the existing one. We're getting to test it in the ultimate conditions. This is something you just don't get to do anymore, and I'm busy driving and having a look and going, oh, I want to surf. This is the best way to go surfing. And I guess in a way this is where the life of the double cab bakkie really came to the fore. Guys on this beach fishing, rods heading out and really experiencing what is the incredible beauty of Namibia. I've learned a lot on this trip. Sure, getting to drive on a beach, never done that before. Playing around in the dunes, also a new experience. But also learned that Isuzu is the oldest motor manufacturer in Japan. 1916 is when they started. They've been doing this for 100 years. And the relationship in South Africa, General Motors South Africa, is an equally long and successful one. And this is what really I'm enjoying, is going back to the roots of the bakkie and the 4x4, to what it was. Yes, it's lifestyle, but this for me is what's making this launch so special. There's not much new or changed on the Isuzu KB, but it's about getting to experience it in its natural habitat essentially, as opposed to driving it around in the city, which is where the double cab bakkie now has sadly found its home. The changes cosmetically are noticeable. The whole front fascia is completely different, and I actually really like it. It gives it a lot more presence on the road. From the rear, they've now integrated the camera in the top spec model into the actual handle at the back, and they've also made some very subtle changes in terms of how they've pressed the metal on the rear. Wheels always give a car such presence and character. They've done a great job. I really like the mags on the refreshed KB. It looks really good. So all round, very impressive, noticeable changes, even though they are so subtle. From an interior perspective, you're probably not going to notice, but the instrumentation cluster is different. They've put speakers up in the roof, so again appealing to that lifestyle element. And I've really enjoyed connecting my phone. It's been so easy to get everything dialed in and connected up, so very cool. But what is the most impressive here is that we've driven a lot of bakkies where they're sitting with 2.5 litre diesels, but they're claiming impressive figures. The reality is the torque band is so narrow in those. You come here, this is where the 3 litre is absolutely fantastic, because it's just got such a wide, almost like a more linear curve. So when you're playing in sand, it's really easy to keep the momentum up. So that for me is what has been really impressive in the dunes, is we really get to enjoy just how capable this vehicle is. And it's good on the everyday road as well. So I like it, very impressive. After a trip like this, when you've got your feet in the Namib sand, it's time to lose the trucker cap and celebrate everything that is Isuzu and the KB, because it's been unbelievable. So we know, very subtle changes, all cosmetic, nothing new on the drivetrain, and that's not a bad thing. As you've seen, we've put these KBs through the ultimate test, massive dunes, soft sand, and unbelievable. Whether you're in a manual or in the 5-speed auto, it just pulls, and I think that's testimony to that 3 litre diesel, 131 kilowatts, 380 Newton meters of torque. And as I said earlier in car, it's just the way it delivers it, and the width of that power band is really exemplary, and that's what makes you manage sand in tough conditions like this. Good job. In terms of price, also a subtle change, very small increase, on average about 10,000 Rand. So for the top spec that we're in, if you're going in the manual, 550,000 Rand. The auto is 564,000. But I mean, you can get into your single workhorses from about 240 grand. It's competitive. It's a tough market out there. But after a trip like this, this is what these things were born to do.